Hey guys, it's S.H.I.E.L.D back again with another video. Today I'm reviewing episode number 4 of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I Spy. As always, please remember there are going to be spoilers in this review. So if you have not seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Episode 4, please click away to one of my other videos or reviews. And so yeah. That's all that needs to be said. Anyway, going into this week after last week's episode, which was an amazing episode, definitely the best of the series so far out of 4 episodes. That's not saying much, but after the hype that left, um, this week, it looked kind of interesting. The people in the red masks, uh, we get them starting off first. We see them walking down in uh, middle of Stockholm, Sweden. So they get on the subway, and there's a uh, interesting situation with this woman. She comes into the train, and then she knocks out the lights in the train. She's just been sharing odd stares. And then the lights go out, and then we hear a bunch of action going on. And when we next see the red guy in the red masks, one guy has his hand slapped off, like broke off, and the rest are knocked out or TKO or knocked out. So, um, basically, those red suits and the guys, they weren't connected to Hydra or anything. They were basically Swedish bankers. She stole some diamonds from them and got out. They weren't connected to Hydra. They weren't They weren't Flag Smasher and Ultimatum. They really didn't have any sort of a big purpose, but they looked pretty weird. Just getting us hyped up for the episode. It turned out they were nothing. Um, but anyway, as we move on from there, we Shield goes with them. Basically, we get to see uh, that they have to go investigate it, and we see that social media played a part in the robbery. Like Instagram, Facebook, all those sites, all the sites that people post pictures on. People posted pictures of the guys in the red masks, so there's that whole deal. Good that they're integrating social media. You have to remember that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is our world today, just added with superheroes and sci-fi and everything like that. Um, People still act the same. People still use the same things. It's not all fake. Um, but we move as moving along from there. We investigate. Uh, we go to where is it? Bel- Belarus, and yeah, they find a link to the agents. We get a really interesting prospect. We discover that her camera is her eye, like the eye is her camera. As we're seeing the camera, that she rams a truck into their truck, where all the non-action characters are, Sky and Fitz and Simmons. We have that whole story there. They get knocked over while Coulson and Warder up. May is not on this mission at the moment, so we have that whole thing there. And then we learn out that her eye is the camera, and it turns out that the robber is being controlled, and we also get an interesting aspect where Coulson trained her, and she went off the grid and in a mission she didn't, and we find she didn't work well with others, and that whole deal. But anyway, we find out she's being controlled and getting messages. So yeah, we have to go stop her. So Melinda May goes to stop her. But then we learn that she has a kill switch in her eye, so they can like kill her at any moment. if she tells secrets or tells somebody. But in her room, Melinda May goes to take her out by herself, which is a really stupid decision of May. Even though she, an experienced agent, we learn that she can make mistakes. Um, yeah. What's going on with this? Um, I'm just trying to pull stuff from my memory. I'm not on the internet, so um, basically, what is it? Anyway, Coulson comes to protect May. And Coulson takes out I forget her name. It's like Amador Elika or something like that. I can't pronounce her name. I would if I look at the episode again, but Coulson knocks her out, and when she wakes up, we find out that they set up a proxy, like representing her on Grant Ward wearing Grant Ward that wearing glasses to go on the final mission. So we have that, and anyway, before they discover, they use they have to do surgery on the rogue agent or the agents that's being controlled. Alekum, I can't pronounce her name. Amadora, I think that's part of her name. Um, but they have to do surgery on her to get rid of the kill switch or so while Ward's on the mission trying to get the mission done, um, we see him. He gets in there, and then we have a really funny moment where Grant Ward they think uh, he's a girl, and they have to. It says and so it says it's a really funny moment with Grant Ward, and basically by that, they find out uh, that he goes in there and finds some writing on a chalkboard behind in this room, and several people think agents at people at Shield think it's alien. They don't know what it's from, but it's some scientific writing with a whole bunch of. It's really weird. What they saw on the chalkboard. But they find out that it's not the person it was, so they have to cut her eye out and put it in there, the bottom eye, and then so yeah, we have the eye out, and then it explodes. Um, so we have that whole scene. Um, and they go and find the person that was controlling her, which uh, Akel Amador, I think that's her name. Um, she describes what he was like, and yeah, it was what he did. What it looked like he was described as. He was described as a fat English dude. Well, Agent Coulson engages him, and he's like, "Oh no!" And then we find out he just drops over dead. His eye like turns, like fills up with blood or whatever, and we find out that he is basically he was being controlled too. He was in the same situation as the agent who was on a mission in years past where other agents died, and she woke up being controlled by possible Hydra, possible ultimatum, whatever that exactly the group is that controlled her. Um, but she woke up and they found him and put her that in there. Um, and then so uh, and basically we find out that he was being controlled to send messages to her, and he's poor British dude, poor British fat nerd. We find out that he was a former MI6 officer that went off the grid, and he was killed. So uh, poor, sad for him. And at the end of the episode, before the bad post credit scene, um, It wasn't actually any. It wasn't actually a post credit scene. It was just a joke. Um, I'm not gonna even talk about it. But we find out that Ackle, the agent, the rogue agent. I'm just gonna call her the rogue agent. Says that something's changed about Coulson. And she notices it because they knew each other from way back before Shield. It was about the time the uh, Hulk, the Hulk, the Hulk transformation. Um, so yeah, there was that whole thing. Um, there's and then she has to wait Shield trial because uh, of everything that's gone on with her the Robin, everything. She's gonna have a fair trial, so she's probably not gonna go to prison. She has to wait fair trial or whatever. So anyway, let's get down to the review portion of this episode. Overall, I would give this episode a 7 out of 10. It was definitely a weaker episode than last week, but come to expect that. I don't know if it's the weakest. It may be the weakest. That or 084. 084 was more of an extension of the pilot and really kind of fell flat on its face, but except for the Samuel L. Jackson cameo. Um, this episode is probably the darkest plot of the series as far as it has a darker tone. There's less joking in it. Of course, there are jokes, but they're mostly by Sky. Sky has, yeah, she still has that jokiness, but they even complain about her joking around. The people that say that she's annoying and jokes too much, they know that. um, it's an ongoing problem, but the Sky is joking less in this episode because, and then we have a serious, darker plot. Um, the reason it's weaker is the plot just doesn't. It wasn't that exciting, but it was definitely a darker plot. We had the eye surgery where they had the kill switch in their eyes, and we had that cut off hand at the beginning of the episode, so it's definitely darker. It doesn't have a dark tone. It's not like it's a Breaking Bad or Walking Dead type show, but um, this is probably the dark. I don't know. This is probably the first dark episode where we're gonna have a dark plot. Um, we still have our funny moments in the episode. I repeated that. Um, but the reason it's weaker is I don't know. It's just it didn't live up to expectations of episode 4 after last week's great episode with the whole Graviton origin story. Um, and the special effects last week were amazing. That whole room battle. Um, I, I'm going to take this episode for what it is, which is more of a transition episode in between the big hero, big sci-fi elements. We have a sci-fi element with the eye thingy, the camera eye, which they say at this time it's like 10 years ahead of anything Shield has. So these people are more advanced than Shield at the moment. So I'm guessing it's Hydra or AIM subgroup, AIM remnants after Iron Man 3. We're just trying to recover. Maybe they have like private funding or whatever. I don't know exactly who it's going to be. But since it was in Sweden, I think it may be related to Flag Smasher and Ultimatum, which are really obscure in the comics, but um, being hinted at, or they've been confirmed. I don't think they were confirmed. I think it was just a rumor, because they were in Sweden. But I could see them definitely being behind it. And then I think Hydra is over Ultimatum, which is like a terrorist group in the comics. But enough of my going off on a nerd tangent. I'm not, yeah, nerd tangent. Uh, Overall, this is a good episode. Definitely a digression from last week, but next week we are gonna get. It looks like we're gonna get Some a pretty awesome episode with an extremist related martial artist. We may get hints towards Iron Fist in the future. Um, and it looks like episode 6, it maybe maybe a Hulk villain, or maybe getting the Hulk villain Zax, because of the title. People seem to see that, and we're also Agent Blake from the Items 47 short is going to be coming back in episode 6 as well. I don't know any of the other information from future episodes, but so yeah, this has been my recap and review of Agents of Shield, um, Marvel's Agents of Shield, episode 4, the I Spy, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now. Uh, so, sorry. Bye for now, guys. This has been R. Caldy, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.